What's going on, spicy gang? And I hope to see your name in my subscribers list, because at 5,000 subscribers I would give out 8 Amazon gift cards of $25 each as a giveaway. So go ahead, subscribe and like this video. Also let me know if you subscribe in the comments so I can show you some love. Congratulations Mihai for the comment of the day. Brrrah. You know I don't work here. Why are we still talking? Earlier today, I was out shopping with my mom and we ended up in a shop that specializes in outdoors wear. My mom went to try on some clothes and I went and sat down on one of the benches where people sit when trying on the shoes. I am wearing black-heeled boots, light blue jeans, and a blue Harry Potter t-shirt. Go Ravenclaw! And a red coat, not remotely looking like any of the staff who wear black combat trousers and navy fleeces. I had been sat for maybe 5 minutes when a normal human being approached. NHB. Hi, do you work here? I am glancing up from my phone after getting the sense someone was looking at me. No, I don't. Sorry. Oh, no worries. I didn't think so, but thought I'd ask. She smiled and left. And I went back to killing time on my phone. Not 2 minutes had passed before I was approached by Dan's twat. I need these boots in a size 7 please. My spider senses kick in and I can just sense she's looking at and talking to me. Sorry, I don't work here. I know, I heard you tell that lady. I need these in a 7. She dumps the boots next to me on the bench. So you heard my conversation and no, I don't work here. Right? Yes. Sorry, I can help you. I think they were staffed by the till. Maybe they can help. I go back to my phone and all of a sudden, the lady is waving her hand between my phone and my face. You are being very rude. Excuse me? Don't just ignore me and go back on your phone. That is so rude. So rude. I can't believe how rude you are being. No, you are being rude. You said yourself, you know I don't work here. I don't know why we are still talking. I know you don't work here. I'm not stupid. What? I don't know what to say anymore. So you won't get these in a 7? There's none on the shelf. Oh my god. Look, I think there are some staff over there. Please go speak to them. Finally, she leaves, but not before huffing and saying once more how rude I was and that I'd been no help. I still don't understand what she expected from me. I felt like I was talking to a brick wall. Okay, what in the world was this person thinking? Like, what part of I don't work here processed in her brain and only registered that you were supposed to help her like an employee? Were you sitting on the size she needed? But really, make it about her. Say, why would I help you? And put all sorts of extra emphasis and energy on how you say you in that. Make sure they know how you feel. Public parking is for paying customers only. So this just happened and it was honestly a surreal experience. So for a little bit of context, I live in an apartments district that's a mix of big old Victorian mansions and early 20th century apartment buildings. Some blocks, like my block, are made up of these apartments. And some blocks still retain the old mansions, while most are a mix of the two. This story took place in front of a fancy boutique hotel that consists of 4 restored Victorian mansions and plays an important part in why the drama happened. I work security and last night I took an extra shift guarding an auto port overnight, which lasted much longer, thanks to the lazy guy who showed up 4 hours late. Anyway, I had just gotten back to my neighborhood when I found a sweet spot on the next street from mine. It was in the free parking half of the street and was a short 2-minute walk to my front door. I snagged the spot then and go through my routine of packing up my crap and finally getting out of my car when a BMW pulls up behind me. Now, there is enough space for one more car behind me, but for whatever reason, it is designed as meter parking. And since a lot of people get tickets, I thought I'd try to help this guy out. Me and dumbass BMW driver DA. Hey buddy, just a heads up, but you gotta feed the meter from that spot. Where does it say that? I point to the obvious sign everyone seems to miss. Oh, well, I would just take the spot you're parked in. You will be waiting a long time, buddy. Besides, I got here first, and street parking is first come, first served. I should know that I was already pissed and like half asleep at this point, and my patience was already pretty thin. No, you have to move. This parking is for paying guests only. It is a public street, as in a street that's open for public use, not entitled stupid people who drive BMWs. Excuse me, I want to speak to your manager, bad guy. I am a paying guest and it is your job to keep me happy. I don't work here. I live around here, you dumbass. I said something else, but by this point, I had already used all the fucks I had to give, stuck my headphones in my ears, and walked away while flipping him the bird. The funny part is, had he just turned his head, he would have seen the big parking lot behind the mansions that the hotel uses for guest parking. I am hoping that he did not key your car when you left, because that is exactly how you get your car keyed. And before we get to the next story, I just want to say thank you as always for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. And if you want to support me, well, please consider subscribing to the channel, like this video, and leave a comment. Thank you. Well, I do work here, but that's not something I can help you with. It finally happened to me as well. My first post here. For context, I am working as an IT consultant, and my current project is at this public institution place that provides social assistance, financial help, etc. for people in need. I work purely in the IT department, working on some software. I have no contact at all with clients coming for help to the institution. Anyway, I was leaving the building after a long day at work and long over closing time. I was heading to the main entrance because that is closer to the parking spot I left my car at, and saw an older lady trying to look inside through the glass door. I opened the door to go out, not really thinking what the lady was doing. And as I said the first step outside, this lady pushed me back in and told me she needed to use a computer. She could not get in because the doors get locked at night unless you have a card to leave or enter. There is a basic computer corner for people to use, but it is only available during opening hours and access has to be asked at the reception, which was, of course, also closed. At first, I was thinking about leaving this lady behind and just heading out, but after all, it was me who let her in, so if something happened, I could be held responsible. This is how the conversation continued, loosely translated from my main language. Sorry miss, but this place is closed. It is just for a second. I need to check something on the computer. But the computers are not even on. You can't use them outside opening hours. Don't you work here? Turn them on then. I can't do that. Only people at the reception can, and they already left. Why can't you do that? You work here, so you should help us. I work on other stuff. This is not something I can help you with. See, I am in the... Then get someone who's more useful than you. Are you a groundskeeper or what? I am not supposed to call anyone. You should leave and come back when this place is open for the public again. Then call your boss or I will file in a complaint and get you fired. That's not how it works here. This is not a grocery store. Just come back tomorrow morning. I won't. I am going to check something on the computer. I have my phone out. What lying? Okay, I will call the boss, but my phone signal is bad here. Let's step outside to receive a better signal. As I stepped outside, the old lady followed me. I get her far enough from the front door as it closed right behind her. I put my phone back and told the lady the opening hours were written on the wall and wished her a good night. As I headed towards my car, I could hear the lady pulling and pushing the doors without any signs of opening while screaming at me for a bit. I don't know if she will return tomorrow, but I hope she will be in a better mood, or I already feel bad for the person having to take care of her. Not my mod, lady. Not an I don't work here, but more of a I don't work for you. I work as a frozen food vendor, specializing in frozen pizza and pie, and I've worked in the grocery industry for 20 odd years. This story takes place in good old Wally World. I was at one of my stores when I get a voicemail from the frozen manager at one of my Wally worlds, wanting to know when I will be there. It was 8:30ish and this particular store is at the end of my route. Not only that, but my delivery driver will not be anywhere near this store and I was about 45 minutes away. I don't keep overstock at this store, so there was no way I was going to go there just to get bitched at them, come back and when my delivery comes. I keep doing my route when my boss calls me about an hour later telling me the store left him a voicemail complaining about product all over the place, the shelf being a mess and loaded wrong. I explained to him where I was and where my driver was. He said that's fine, but to check in with the manager when I got there. I got to the store around 3. I would have gotten there earlier, but gee golly, I had a lot of training out to do in my older stores. So I get there and check out my section. There is almost nothing on the shelf. I don't know what mess she's seeing. I go to grab my product and while back there, I run into her. She starts complaining about how the entire section is a complete disaster and looks terrible. And she asks why I have stuff loaded all over the place. I tell her to show me what she's talking about. We go out there and she starts grilling me about a bunch of product loaded laying down. Pizza is supposed to be loaded standing up. I look at it and say, yeah, you're right. It is loaded wrong. I don't load that product, some brand pizza. It comes in on your loads. She then looks at me confused and asks who's been loading it then. I shrug and say not me. She then starts asking me about why one of my brands of pizza is set up over here and the other two are over there. I looked at her and say, this is how you guys set up the shelves. I just load it in the space you guys tells me to. I never move products from its assigned spot. If you don't like how it is set up, now look at me. This is you people. She stares at the shelf a moment and says, well, I think this looks like crap. I'm going to go to my manager and change it. However you want to do it, I say. Then I went back to working my load. I mean, she did not deny what you were saying, at least. It sounds like a very neutral experience overall. I actually do work here, lady. Some relevant background first. I am a student teacher, and here in Ireland, you have to do 2-year master's degree after a subject-specific BA to be a teacher in general. So this means you spend at least 5 to 6 years in university to train to be a teacher. As part of the master's course, you have to spend weeks in a school on block placement. I am currently 23 years old, but without makeup, I look around 17 to 19. I have just started a new placement in a mixed-sex school. This school requires students wear a uniform, which is normal in Ireland. During one of my free classes, I went to the office to use the printers, and on my way back, I hear some woman shriek down the corridor. What on earth do you think you are doing out of class, young lady? Turning around, I see a teacher I vaguely recognize as one of the old, nearly retired crankies. We will call her C, and I am me. I was sure she was not talking to me as I was 1. A teacher, and 2. Wearing black slacks and a navy sweater when the uniform is gray skirt and black sweater. So I turn around more to just hear the gossip. This is not verbatim, but pretty much how it went. Come here right now. Who, me? Yes, you. And if I have to ask one more time, I will be calling your mother. I am walking back to her while laughing. Oh, sorry, I think you might be mistaken. How dare you laugh at me? Who do you think you are? I see that she's getting angrier. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but I'm actually a teacher. How dare you lie to my face like that? What class are you meant to be in? I am not meant to be in class. I am the new student teacher. I am starting to get nervous now, as this woman is one of the senior teachers and could make my life difficult for me. That's it. Follow me and you can tell your lies to the principal. She starts to stalk back to the office and I follow, still trying to explain that I am a student teacher while being really polite. Now, Mrs. Smith, not the principal's actual name, I have just found this student wandering the halls, refusing to go back to class and lying to me about being a teacher. Me and the principal just look from the crazy cranky lady to each other. You can go back to the staff room now. He's talking to me, and please shut the door on your way out. I go out of there as quickly as I could, and later the principal came to apologize to me. Apparently, That teacher is one of those that do not work because they are too close to retirement to be fired, and is perpetually trying to exercise authority over every ant around her. I will make sure to catch her eye over my cup of tea next time I see her in the staff room. Before you go away or enjoy my playlist of IDontWorkHereLady videos, remember to subscribe to have a chance in winning one of the 8 Amazon gift cards I would give when we reach the 5,000 subscribers mark. Thank you for your support, and hopefully you can help me create better videos with your likes and your comments. Bye bye.